Well, welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. This is the green circuit build. If you notice, I'm doing this a little bit differently. I've actually got bots, construction bots have a path all the way up, and they're basically doing that for me, although it looks like they're not actually doing much at all right at the moment, but they're supposedly doing that for me. Building this out, it could just be that there's a lack of power to here, so that needs to be sorted for it to connect. In fact, maybe I will add that like so. Actually, I don't think they have those. Let me just check what we have in the resources here. Substations or the little poles. Right, maybe we can do little poles then. Anyway, so when all that gets built out, that should complete our pattern. I adjusted slightly the pattern that we use over here. If you notice, all of the boxes are pointing close to here where everything gets delivered and taken away from. So that's slightly more efficient, and if you also notice, there is not room for a third row. So we've got two. It's a bit wide. I'd rather the width be limited to well, basically here, rather than outside of where the trains, where the platform is. But that's all. We've worked out how many rows we needed, so we're basically working on that. If you look in here, we are starting to show a little bit of stress from the build that we've been doing. 21,000 over 10 minutes. Yeah, 21,000 a minute is a fairly good average of what we've been building. 345,000 green circuits a minute. We have pushed through, I guess, another barrier in terms of the iron plate, and the electronic circuits have both gone up. 88 million processing units at this point, 470 million red circuits. That will certainly get to 500 million. But we have come to the SpaceX component station, because I believe we're starting to get to the point where more launches are in order. And I just want to check exactly where we're at. We have 24 on the train. We are almost half built the 25th component, 25th fusion reactor. If you recall, the fusion reactors, we need 25 of them. So this episode we'll be launching those. They tend to build in a bit of a slightly hectic kind of way. You get a whole lot at once as a train comes in. We have one train on the way at the moment. I'm sure there'll be more fairly soon as they can. But there's one on the way right now. Let's have a quick look at how they're doing. Yeah, they're just desperately trying to fill up. And will be with us very soon. Let's have a look at the other stack just quickly. There's another train, so that will be straight off to our supply, the DAS area. And because we are slightly early before I need to do something, I might just have a quick pause until we're a little bit closer. But when we get close, I am going to want to reduce the rate of these trains' arrival, just so we don't totally overcook the blue circuits. So see you shortly. And back. And we are up to 1.5 portable fusion reactors. So it's under 100 left to make the final fusion reactor. I've already lowered this once. I'm going to lower the requested number of processing unit trains just to 1 at this point. 1.5. I wonder if we can get a more accurate view by coming in here. There you go, 15, 69, 70, 72, 73. As soon as it makes the last one, these guys are going to be told they don't need to carry on. Here we go, it's making the last one. We are actually overbuilding these things a little bit, unfortunately, but never mind. There we go, it's all stopped. I should actually clear the request now. Out of here. 25 on the train. Whoops, what did I do? Disconnected the wire on this thing. Let's do that, get it back up. Good. There's no intermediate products, well, no additional intermediate products that we need to build here for the final component. So let's set up what we're going to need for the FTL drives. These guys, we're still going to need quite a few processing units. We're going to need low density structures and all the modules. And all the modules in significant numbers. So we basically would kind of like a lane each for each of the modules. That's not going to happen. How about... we don't need steel. We need low density structures. So I might just reinstate this. It's a lamp. There's a publisher. If trains on the way is less than P, bring us low density structures. Now up here, I might just change this to modules. All the modules. The one I'm missing is the green one, of course. PQR. 3 train publishers. If trains on the way is less than P, we don't have a P, we don't have a Q or an R. Oh, we do have an R at the moment though. No, we don't. It's -1. P is the blue modules. This one can be Q. Trains on the way less than Q, then give us green modules, and if trains on the way is less than R, give us the production modules. But it could be a while before any of those are required. Now, this thing here, we've only got 27 of those. That's not too terrible. I might even just pick them up. Not that we need them, but we'll pick them up. Then we can change the recipe here to the faster than light drive. You don't need to be ordering those anymore. LDS, huh? Alright. You can order LDS by, say, 100. What else do you need? Processing units. You can be processing units. And then it's just the 3 modules. Right, you can be the blue modules in the amount of, say, 200. You can be green modules in the amount of, say, 200. And you can be these modules in the amount of, say, 200. Let's set up this part to be FTL drives, 25. And change all of these things so that they are actually saying FTL drive and let the party commence. Alright, while that's doing that, let's jump on board here. Let's go to Rocket Cargo with our 25 fusion reactors. Let's tell our engineering train, I guess, to join us there at the silo. Off you go. And let's get the show on the road. Let's launch these fusion reactors. Let me just see while we're doing this if our green circuits is finishing its build out. Does look like it has. That's superb. I am going to have to do quite a major revamp here because we totally stuffed this up with our sort of mirrored effect. I think I can get away with this one. This is an absolute dog's breakfast, so that is not going to work. But we will figure something out. I basically need the stacker on the way in, not on the way out. And at the moment, well, yeah, that's the way out at the moment. So that's not what we need. Anyway, here we go down the bypass. And a timely autosave. Let's have a look at production. Still building a heap of processing units. We haven't really kicked off module production yet. If we go to M, we probably still have a bit over here, and in fact, let's change this to our faster than light drive. How are we going? We actually have 2,500 of each module in there at this point. That's quite good. Long way to go, however. So, here we are. Let's just jump out. We may as well see these launches. SpaceX Combinator looking after this for us. It looks like the engineering train has arrived as well. There you go. We're already 8 launches up. I shouldn't think we'll have too much trouble resupplying the rocket silo with components just at the moment. They should all have buffered up pretty fully. Only 42 launches left in this playthrough before we're all done. Looks like the rockets have already cycled. So here we go again. Let's get that combinator. Where is it? There. Certainly makes it a little bit easier. There's some of our replacement components, the launchers. And another 8 rockets away. Only 9 left. Have a look how quickly some of these tick up to the required amount. 100 rocket parts, of course. There we go. One final fling of 8. Some rocket fuel arriving for the bottom silos. In fact, it's got a full complement of top-ups going on right now. Rocket fuel for the top ones. And where is the extra? It looks like the extra is just this one here, so we just have to wait for this particular silo to cycle, and we'll get an extra launch. It's interesting how some of these are a little bit different numbers. Here we go. Final fusion reactor. All by its lonesome. There it goes. 25. And it's vanished from the combinator because now there's only FTL drives remaining. Probably even put that away for now because it should be a little while before we are ready for any FTL drive launches. Though let's just have a look how we are actually going here. We have completed an FTL drive. Only 24 to go. So there's one for the books, but once we need to start topping up our supply of modules, I think we will be struggling. Have any been ordered? No. We still actually have quite a large number of modules just sitting around here, although that certainly won't last too much longer. So what that means is we need to come back down to our green circuit build here, fix up these stackers as best we can. Might even pay to completely get rid of this. Let me head there now and we'll see what we can do. GC4, not there, onto this one. Head to hashtag GC4. Almost thought we were going to smash into that one. But no, I wasn't manual driving, so it's fine when I'm not driving. They actually obey, they know what each other's doing, and they kind of follow some sensible sort of rules, which is nice of them to do so. If only they'd do it while I was manually driving as well, that would be very appreciated. Alright, what I'm going to do actually is probably... And I think I'll cut it there, guys. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next, where we'll finish this lot off. So, bye-bye for now.